So talk about the transition from athletics to business.
I think it's an easy transition in the sense that when you're an athlete, especially a high level athlete, and you make it to college sports or some level of pro sports, you know what it takes to actually put all the work in and day out, the grind.
Yes.
And that's the thing that most people don't understand about being an entrepreneur and building a business. They look at it from Instagram and go, oh, wow, look at all the amazing things they're doing. Look at what they've accomplished. Like, it's like an overnight success. But what they don't see is what all of us athletes have gone through is that, dude, you're going to practice every single day. You're working out every single day. You're doing all the little things every single day that then pays off every weekend, every Friday night. So it's a very similar mentality of what we need to do on a daily basis, that grind you have to do. You don't need motivation. You just need dedication and you need consistency to continue to do the right things day in and day out. And you're going to fail, and that's okay, right? And that's another piece of it, is that being a great entrepreneur and a great athlete is learning how to be able to use failure. You know you're going to fail. You know you're going to fail, and it's using that failure then to learn from it, to then get better and try not to make those mistakes again and keep moving forward and keep stacking. I tell you, if there's one thing that my mom taught me, and I say this to my kids, you can accomplish anything in life you want. You just have to be willing to work for it. And if you're willing to work for it, you can do it and you can accomplish it. And you can make your own luck to get to it.
That's good.
We're going to call it hostage tape. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
Like the amount of pushback I got from that, a lot of people didn't like it. But when you have polarity in a brand and you're going to have people who love it, people who hate it, that's when you know you've got something good. Hostage tape? Why would you call it that? When I first started mouth taping, I used to warn my kids. I would say, hey guys, I'm going to warn you. I'm going to put some tape on my mouth. All right. It's going to look like I'm being held hostage. So just don't freak out. But it's also tapping into this core emotion people feel. People feel held hostage by poor sleep or their partner, and they don't know what to do. And I knew you're going to scroll through your feed and you're going to see hostage tape. Whoa. And you're going to remember. You're never going to forget that. And people don't.
Yeah. So like you have a valuable product, but you're creating a market in some ways because it's just not there yet. That wall of like, I don't understand it.
Yeah. There's totally an education piece to our product. For sure, because most people see it and they're like, this is stupid. But then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Most people here don't actually understand the difference between nasal breathing and mouth breathing. And this is why it's important. They're like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. So you have to be willing to take the risk of making something that's polarizing. When you're building a brand, it has to stand out. You can't blend in to this wall of social content, right? Because there's so much of it. It's so easy for somebody to start a Shopify account, to go on and put a brand on, start doing a Facebook ad. It is so much easier nowadays. Be willing to put your neck out there. If you believe in it and you believe it's a great product and you believe maybe it's going to change people's lives. Maybe it's going to be life-changing. Maybe it's going to be this or that. Be willing to do it. Be willing to take a risk and be polarizing, be different.
Good point. I mean, to really like emphasize, because most people struggle, I feel, with the need to be liked. But if you're liked by everyone, you're loved by none.
And that's the other side of this, right? Exactly that. It's too many people will go, well, I want to make sure that like this person likes it and this person, everybody like, no, that's the exact opposite you should do. Is assuming the TAM's big enough. Assuming that, all right, this isn't like 1,000 people. Assuming you have a large enough TAM, and for the audience, TAM is your total addressable market. Your total number of people that you think are actually your demographic that you could sell this to. Assuming it's big enough, go after those people religiously.